hello and welcome to Wasdas. Today we are going to discuss strong verbs. Let's get started. Strong verbs are the bodybuilders of the German language. They flex their vowel when switching to different pronouns and tenses. Sounds crazy? Let me explain. Let's take the verb fahren, to drive, which is a strong verb. To say I drive, we'd say ich fahre, which shouldn't surprise you since you know that for ich we add the e on top of the verb's root. But now it gets interesting. You drive isn't du fährst, and he, she, it drives isn't sie, es fahrt. Instead, we'd say du fährst, so instead of a, and sie, es fährt, again instead of a. And that's basically it. The changes for strong verbs only apply to do and sie, es. And that's true for all types of strong verbs. Types of strong verbs? Does that mean there are more? Yes. There are 4 different types of strong verbs. Sounds horrible and like a lot to learn, but don't worry. It's really not that much, and it's also not that complicated. So here they are. First of all, verbs like fahren have a vowel change from a to e. Verbs like sprechen have a vowel change from e to i. And verbs like lesen have a vowel change from e to ie, therefore a long e. And verbs like laufen have a vowel change from au to oi. But these changes always appear in the same manner. So let me explain what I mean by that. Before we talked about the changes from a to e, let's now take a look at the change from e to i. A good example for a strong verb with that change is sprechen, to speak. And just like with fahren, the changes only apply to do and sie, es. So in order to say I speak, we'd say ich spreche. Nothing special here. But to say you speak, we'd say du sprichst. And to say he, she, it speaks, we'd say sie, es spricht. So we see that the verbs slightly change here. And just like before, the other forms stay untouched. We say wir sprechen, ihr sprecht, and sie sprechen. Let's take a look at the category number 3 of 4. The change from e to the long e. A good example here is the verb lesen, to read. Again, there are no changes for ich. Ich lese. But we'd say du liest and sie, es liest. But no changes again for the other pronouns. Wir lesen, ihr lest, and sie lesen. Now, we have already reached the last type of change, the change from au to oi. A good example here is laufen, to walk. Here we'd say ich laufe, du läufst, sie, es läuft, wir laufen, ihr lauft, and sie laufen. But do these changes apply to all verbs that contain an a, e, or au? No. The amount of strong verbs is quite limited, so let me give you an overview here. Here are the strong verbs that contain a change from a to e. Here are the strong verbs that contain a change from e to e. And here are the strong verbs that contain a change from e to long e. And last but not least, here are the verbs that contain a change from au to oi. Only 2 in total. As I've said before, it's not that many, but many of the verbs you've just seen are used quite frequently, so it's worth learning them and the rules that apply for strong verbs. And if you want to see the verbs again, you can either go back and click on pause or visit our website, which is linked in the description below. So here's what we talked about today in a nutshell. Strong verbs are called strong verbs because they are strong enough to change their vowels. There are 4 different types of changes. Changes from a to e, from e to i, from e to a long e, and changes from au to oi. But these changes only apply to do and sie, es, as we have seen in the examples. And that's it. You won't have to fear strong verbs anymore. They will not smash you up in any dark alley. They are only cute little German verbs that want to be conjugated the right way. Now, ready to practice? Then click on the link below for a free exercise where you can test your knowledge of strong verbs, those are necessary. And for more explanations, exercises and fun learning games, visit our website at www.wasdas.com. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun German lessons. Next time we'll talk about negation. See you then. Bye bye.